And I always thought that I wanted to be a doctor. I thought that what I was describing, what I saw in my mind of what I was doing was being a doctor. Except that I knew I didn't want to be a doctor that gave needles or that did surgery, or that treated the patients when they were in a coma. I knew that that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a doctor that worked on the living, the viable, the we're getting back, on track, we're getting on a better track type of aspect. I didn't want to be an anesthesiologist, a surgeon, or that, but I wanted to be this other type of a doctor that I didn't have a definition for yet. And here's what I found to distinguish osteopathy from regular medicine more than anything, is in the literature, they constantly speak of God and nature as a part of the evaluative process of the human. They are not just a bag of bones and muscles, that have, been delivered by someone and have come out, not quite perfect, and we're just doing the best we can get. Osteopathy says that how we come out, whether we've got male and female body parts in one part or something's turned this way or whatever, is perfection. It's God's creation, and God and nature are a part of treatment. So the treatments are non-invasive. They're not, giving you needles. They're not anesthetizing you. They are using your body's already born divine nature to want to be healed and full. They're just using, like going in and giving it a little push in that direction. And many of the prescriptions in the olden days would say, go and sit by a creek for 20 minutes every morning before you do anything else, and you meditate on the thought of God for 20 minutes, and then, or it would be to trot on a horse every other day, and increase your pace. And these were the kinds of prescriptions that were given by osteopaths. Through osteopathy, I think because they discussed nature and they discussed God, they understand that your thought processes affect your chemical makeup, whether you even, right now I could get a thought that could change my pH in my body. Now, the pH in your body is so important that either cancer can live in it or not, or either a bacterium can live in it or not live in it. 99% of the people don't eat, when it comes to medicine, are completely clueless. They just go to the doctor and they're like, here's my body, or the physical therapist, do whatever. And they may be getting worse, and they will still religiously show up to their appointment as long as the insurance is paying. I've noticed that if patients are paying themselves, you see, first they get better way faster. They give you way more information about how they're going to get better faster. There's just a motivation now to get better it's just different. They're more accountable for their appointments. It makes a different ballgame. I don't believe you have to be either one way or the other. I believe there's a beautiful blend and a dance. There's a time when heavy artillery is absolutely needed. What baffles me is that still now in the year 2011, I had a patient who was in a coma. They were pulling the plug on this young woman. The family, I don't know what made me say yes, asked me to come in and look at her, because there were supposedly no one was allowed to touch her. They had already made the decision to pull the plugs. Even the parents, sorry, too bad. Your input is no longer required. And I taught them what to do with her, and I evaluated her and found that she didn't really go in a coma from her drug overdose, that she fell and hit the floor, and that's what did it. Worked on her cranium and gave her a remedy. And the child sat up and started responding to the father. What surprised me is that the doctors were not happy. They were not only not happy, they were angry, because they had already given her organs away. And this is why I get a little bit confused. Like, why are we still so old-fashioned? Why are we not reveling in the fact that some of the simplest and most wonderful things that God has provided, that we found out that we can circumvent and shortcut surgeries that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and interventions that actually cause more problems than the disease, that we're actually finding out that we can go back to nature and back to roots, and we're not being hippy-dippy, airy-fairy, we're being rather quite brilliant.